Hello and welcome to the session 9 of the workflow interview question and answer. So in this session, we will be checking it out some important FMs which we use generally in our workflow development with respect to ABAP. So what is the FM to create the event? So either you will have to use this SAP WAPI create event or SWE event create. Any of the event is fine to trigger a workflow with respect to, you know, uh, by event. So any of the FM is sufficient to trigger a event, to generate a event, to trigger a workflow. And this is how we can do so. Another question, how to complete work item using function module. See, if you go into the transaction SWIA, there also you will get the option to complete the workflow manually. Okay. So if you just come here, you see this option you have, complete the workflow manually, work item manually. So if the same thing, if you want to achieve, we can achieve with the help of SAP WAPI work item complete. Okay. So if a particular work item, you want to get it complete automatically with the help of code, this is how we can do so. Another question, how to get all the instances of a task or a workflow, right? So for that, we have this. So you can see that we can call this function module and we can pass the object type and object key, and we will be able to see what are the different instances got trigger with uh, what are the different instances of a workflow got trigger with a business object and its event. So the same thing you can find it out with the help of transaction SWI6. So if you come over here, give the business object, maybe business object 2032 and sales document, you can find it out, right? So it will tell you that active instances, right? All instances within last 365 days, let's see, and there is no such instances, but we have one object type, you know uh, called JWF demo. We have created this one and we have keep on using this one. Enter the object 5455, I think, let's see, and click on this execute button. Okay, looks like this is not the valid key. So what we can do that, go to mm01 and create one transaction and we'll be able to see over here. Okay, so just execute, give some description, save this. So this is one material, right? So if some business object and events with this got trigger, you will be able to get that. Okay, so come here, click on this OK button and all instances, right? So generally it should display if some workflow instances got triggered. Looks like, when we created the material, then there is no such object or its event got triggered. Okay. Hope you got. SWI6 is very important transaction we use in the real time, or the functional people use in the real time, in order to identify all the instances triggered by a triggered by a business object, right? So the same thing, if you want to identify with the help of this function module, you can use this one. Now, another question, how to read the container from the workflow? If you want to read the container value, right, we can do so. So manually we go into the log, and from there we go to the technical detail, and from there we read. Programmatically, if you want to read, this is how SAP WAPI read container is the function module. If you want to find out a mother work item information, the main work item, the main workflow related information, then we can use SWWWI header aid. Now, how to start a workflow with a program? This is one important question. So you can use the SAP WAPI start workflow, right? With the help of this, we can. Now here, how to get all the work items of a workflow? If you want to see a particular user's work item which is there in its inbox, then this particular function module can be used, RH local inbox get. So how to get all the work items of a workflow of a specific user, right? So for a specific user, if you want to see, you can go like manually. If you have to identify SWI5 is the transaction, we can go and check it out. What are the work items available in a user inbox? Okay. Now there can be one question that what is the real-time use case, right? What is the real-time scenario which you have created in a workflow? So this can be one real-time scenario which we have developed during the class for the material approval, right? So the scenario was you have to create one, means you have to create a material, and material should go for the approval. Okay, so it will trigger for the first level approval. This approver, the first level approval, should be maintained in a custom table. So from there, with the help of a rule, it will find the first level approver, and the work item will go into the user's inbox. Once he approves, then it will go to the second level approval. Or in case if he is going to reject, right? Then in that case, again, it will go into the first level approver. Means in case of reject, it will go to the user, and it will ask to revise and submit the material, or withdraw the request. Withdraw means delete the material request. So if user again change the material and submit, then again the workflow will start from the first level approval, right? So again, from the first level, if it is approved, will go to the second, and again if it is approved, it will go to the third, right? And in case third again it rejects, then again it will go to the first. Again it will go to the user, and user has to revise and submit, right? Or withdraw the request. Once he revise or submit, then it will go to the first level, and then again it will follow the same process, right? Again it will follow the same flow. And once all approver approved in sequence, first level, second level, third level, then the workflow will be completed, and material will be accepted. Material will be live in the system. So this can be one good real-time scenario which may be used, which can be used in the interview if the question is like any experience of creating the workflow. So you have to create, of course, this workflow, so that you will be having the idea how to approach such kind of scenario. This I have covered in this our workflow course, and I think you all will be having the access over there. If you have not attended the class, please go and check it out, the last 3 class where all these things have been developed with a scratch. We have also implemented the deadline monitoring, like if the material is going to remain with any user for more than a specific number of number of days or minutes, then in that case it has to be automatically completed and move forward to the next level, right? So deadline monitoring is also implemented over there.